How you feel going now that we finally here, man? Premiere of the Marvels, man. How you think the movie is gonna be?
I think this is what I think is gonna happen. In the same fashion it happened with her show. I think the young girl gonna steal it. So I don't have anything, and maybe that's a good thing. I don't have a thing going in where I'm like, well, this fits into A, B, or whatever the correct term is. This fits all into this. So I right now I don't have high expectations. What gives me, I don't want to say not less confidence. What don't have a good buzz going in, other than I did greatly enjoy the Miss Marvel show, is that Secret Invasion didn't set it up.
No, it didn't.
It didn't set it up. Hell, Miss Marvel set it up more.
Facts.
And then they got this quantum entanglement. They're gonna be bouncing in, and even in the movie, even in the trailer, they says line like realities are beginning to merge and all that stuff. Hey, you had me at hello with lines like that. Yeah. But the way Secret Invasion was, and it being about scrolls, and she had scrolls, and they had to. Now we get with the Kree and we this, that, and the third. It didn't do a good job of setting it up and laying it up for me in a way that I thought it would have. Along with the way of saying, I have it being on the level of everything else we got.
Facts.
Everything else that come out, I got the Marvels being like Ant-Man, being like Wakanda Forever, Thor. What else we got? Eternals.
Yeah.
It got to be in that category. Just fitting within that.
Right, man. I think old girl's gonna shine. Miss Marvel.
Oh, she gonna be dope.
Yeah, she gonna be dope. She gonna stick out. Yeah, I just think old girl gonna steal the show, man. I think the other two gonna kind of just be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be about, because even with her first one, she really never had a personality in the movie, right? Like
are you talking about Captain Marvel? Yeah.
Do they open her up a little bit in this one without making her slapstick, right? Do they open her up? But that's gonna be hard because the young girl gonna be all that. So imagine you got the young girl and you got Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Right. All the charisma in the world.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have Rambo.
And they're gonna be beefing,
her up,
man.
So it's gonna be that. She didn't want to be Lieutenant Trouble. It's gonna be young girl. She gonna be cold. They got her family in it. They're gonna be funny, right? The best moment, like that kind of stuff. And then you got Nick Fury saying, they're gonna doing their thing. That's gonna be the best parts. I think the quantum entanglement thing is kind of a dope idea. I just don't know if they have the right characters.
But I actually think this the quantum entanglement would have been a dope video game mechanic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would have been dope. Like they put that in the game, that would have been crazy.
Kind of like we might be dealing with something where we have a character, right? We have a character that's really better for the big group movies. By the way they set her, and this only by the way they set her up. They give her a personality in the first one. She was cold for what she was.
Yeah.
In Endgame.
Yeah.
She was cold in the post-credit scene.
And we got
she had a little personality in the post-credit scene. So let me be fair. The little post-credit scene in Shang-Chi
was dope.
She had a little personality.
Let me talk about that. She got some of the best work in post-credit.
Her post-credit.
Her post-credit is immaculate.
Yeah, so she might be that character for what they gave us. That's better that once we have a Avenger movie, or I don't know, they kind of and that's probably what they're doing now. They probably possing her up now, right? They try to make that what it is, but probably that she's showing up with when the big guns is out.
Again, we see this already with Bruce Banner. He's never had a movie, or he hasn't had a movie. Ruffalo's never had a movie, but
Ruffalo never had a movie.
He hasn't had a movie since that Incredible Hulk movie.
I think you got.
She could have been. I really felt like she's mostly underutilized in cosmic. Like, how is she not in the Eternals or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, absolutely.
How is that? When she literally flying, she's
there.
She don't even touch down on Earth. Like she's all around the galaxy. She's helping out the Skrulls. How is she not in more of these galactic movies?
Yeah,
you got her popping up in Shang-Chi. Cool, but she should have popped up in Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Yeah, she should have.
Or some mention of her.
Like you say, Eternals. I think you got a good. I think you want something. My point is similar how they did, because they did this because they had to. I mean, it's the only way they could do it. But similar how Ruffalo and what they did with Ragnarok. They try to
that's what we.
That should be the extent.
Let her
somebody go. Like where you saying the Eternals, Guardians. somebody that she can play off of, right, for what they're doing with the character, because now you really can't change it, but you could put her in that, and you get to let her, the actress, show some personality, and then you get to do something else with the character to probably make them, I don't want to say likable, but like just present them a little bit better. And now there you have that movie, and there's gonna be a little part to that with this.
But remember, there were rumors, because they've been looking to team her up for a while. There were rumors that Spider-Man was gonna be like her team up movie. That Spider-Man was gonna be in the next Captain Marvel. So I could see they would have did well to piggyback her with somebody.
Yeah.
Like a Spider-Man, maybe not Spider-Man because that's Sony. But Sony would have, I think Sony would have stepped in and been like, nah, this is his movie. Don't let nobody else be in this movie. But you could have put her with somebody else. You could have had her guest star in another movie. Maybe Shang-Chi. Maybe the next Shang-Chi movie. Maybe she could be in the next Thor. You know what I mean? But yeah, they would have probably been better off.
She could have been in that last one they had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, that would have been.
And they did that to Thor, right? Like they did that to Thor. So like meaning they put Hulk in this movie, right?
Yeah.
They put Hulk in this movie.
They did. And that was his best. That was his best movie.
Yeah. So something like that, I would see that being. But like I said, we can walk in there next Thursday and be like, oh shit, they okay. Yeah. But I would think with that one, because there's only been a couple. So because that's the thing, it's only been a couple of them. As many as that we done got, and they all been dope. I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, those phases. There's only been a couple where that hero on his own did it. Hell, Cap didn't even get his third movie by himself. Matter of fact, his second movie wasn't by himself.
Nah, it wasn't.
Scarlett was all over
in his movies.
They was gonna do whatever they could to give Scarlett not her movie.
That's a good point, though. No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Maybe it's the strategy. Yeah, you're right. You're right, though.
She was all over that one.
When we look back on these, the only one that really had to carry it, and you can argue, Tony really only had one movie where it was just him, because he had Natasha in the second movie,
and Nick Fury
had her in They had her in the trailer doing work, curly hair and everything. You know what I mean?
Tight ass suit.
Yeah, hella work. She was a big character in the second one. So, you're right, man. Maybe there was the strategy with Captain Marvel, man. Maybe I think that's Brie Larson being Captain Marvel played a part in it too. Because I think they kind of like
for the first one.
Yeah, they had to showcase her. Yeah,
they had a Billy, man. Well, it was after the email leaks. Why they didn't give? It was after those leaks. Why and they was like basically the reason why Scarlett didn't have her own movie.
Yeah, because the
female lead. So she definitely wasn't getting that. The next one they was gonna do was gonna be a solo, even though they had Nick Fury, but like it was gonna be a solo there. It wasn't gonna be another one of them, right?
Yeah,
it was gonna be another one of them. So that's what that was. And then this one, she teaming up, right? They're like, no, they teaming up, but it would have been probably. No, the movie hasn't come out, but it probably would have been. With my anticipation and all that going in, and like you say, projections and all that, because everybody else got that, right? Everybody else got that. Hell, all the Spider-Man movies had somebody else with them, and then the last one was all the Spider-Man, right? Tom ain't did one of them shits by himself. And basically after the first run of movies, it gave all the other movies some kind of Avenger level feel to them. I think the other one that wasn't like that, but they had all their own little characters, was the second Thor. Like nobody did anything in the second Thor, but you got Loki, you got you got this, you got that. It wasn't like another potential person in there. And like you say, Iron Man 3, it's Iron Man 1, 2. I'm just taking out the first ones altogether. But yeah, like everyone like that. My favorite one, Winter Soldier,
just was team ups.
Was a team up movie.
She was in there, yeah.
Falcon was in there. She was in there.
Yep.
Even though Falcon was new, but like
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury.
All over characters. Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah,
they all were like team up movie. They just wasn't obviously big. But they kept doing that.
They gave Nick Fury his own action scene in that movie, man. It's one of the best scenes in the movie.
He put in crazy work.
Crazy work, man. What do you say? You want to take a picture? What he say?
License on my registration.
Yeah, take my license. That's what it was. That's what he said. Yeah. Let me say this though.
That's a dope ass scene, ain't it?
Yeah, it is, man. When he cut,
that's underrated because we always talk about the elevator scene, and the elevator scene is the elevator scene.
God damn, that movie incredible.
But that scene is cold.
It's It's one of my
with
favorite
Fury
scenes.
when he tried to initiate takeoff.
And he waited
what does
the
work?
last minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Give me the wheel. Oh yeah. Evasive maneuvers. Hold that order.
Hold that order. And he used the gun. Yeah, that
was you about to say, my bad, I cut you
off.
He's like, let me say this.
Because I think I always say, like, okay, Captain Marvel could have been. I just think that's a fragile character, man. I think that character, like, she was always fighting an uphill battle with playing Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel was one of them parts where the actress would have had to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, Brie Larson, the way she chose to play the character, I think kind of hurt her. And I'm not even saying that it was bad necessarily. You know, I know they criticized her for she ain't really have a personality. Yeah, but she also was kind of trying to play the character how they probably kind of wrote the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was just robot, basically. You know what I mean? She was just,
which was weird because they had those lines in there about showing too much emotion and all that, but literally you had nothing to do with the character as it was presented.
But she would have had to come out. I'm just saying, I just felt like she always was fighting an uphill battle, because she would have had to come out and, like you said, be funny and have this bubbly personality, or have, like, not a bubbly personality, but have more of a personality to make that character work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like,
she didn't tell like one joke in this movie.
She didn't tell like one joke.
I don't think she got.
This is the case where she needed to actually step in and tell the director, like, hey, I think I need to be more funny here, and I think I need to, do more comedy here, because fans was never gonna look at that character and at face value on how she was presented and be like, oh, I'm fine with that. You had to resell that character to fans. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that, like, Captain Marvel not known for,
she wasn't sassy. Like, even in so me, I always go to the cartoons, right?
Yeah, there you
even
go.
The cartoons that the both series they got on Disney Plus, the EMH and the Avengers Assemble, she's sassy. She cracks. She busts chops.
You didn't give her enough personality. You know what I mean? You had to get the right actress to play this part. I think she got the chops, but she just didn't use them for this part.
And I think that's right. Good criticism. I think that I agree with that. I use an example. You get to see the difference when you could actually, there's like a case study you can see of what worked better for what the MCU does. And I'll go Mark Ruffalo and Ed Norton.
Right.
And I like Ed Norton. I do like that. But Ruffalo was a better banner for what the MCU does.
Yes.
He cold.
Yeah. Hey.
He did a different acting choice that was different than what's the name it did.
You know who get the credit for that? You know who? Damn, I'm blanking on his name. No, the director for the Avengers. Whedon. If Whedon would have got Captain Marvel, and I'm not saying, I don't know. It's not like the Russo brothers didn't continue the comedy. They did the comedy. They picked it up perfect. They had comedy in their movies, but for some reason, if Whedon would have had Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, and she would have been in that vein, she'd have been, because people, she would have sold people on the character. Well, you're right, man. A lot of Ruffalo's, a lot of that was weed. Ruffalo, I think it was. You know what I mean? But you're right though. Not taking. I agree with it 100% with what you're saying. Ruffalo just was right. He just was better for what they was trying to do.
He was better for what they was doing.
Interacting with the characters.
Yeah.
Ed Norton was serious as hell. Like, he really played Bruce Banner. Yeah, he had a great Bruce Banner.
Yeah, he saw the word tortured. And his whole demeanor. But I always feel when Ruffalo talk and he explained it, like, no, he going through with his banner, but it's more engaging.
Yep. No, that's a good example. Like, that's what I mean. You got it, the right actress, the right actor, actress. Sometimes they gotta make the part, man. Like, I'm not saying that anybody could have. I mean, obviously, they hit they roll sevens with Tony.
But think about that, RDJ. They always keep coming. They come out every day and tell us about Tom Cruise could have been Iron Man, but he wanted too much money. But I don't see. I like Tom Cruise get busy, but he might have been too over the top for me to continually like RDJ.
Big of a star, man. Nah, Tom Cruise.
He might have been too much for me, man.
Tom Cruise would have been the same problem with Ed Norton, bro. He would have been too serious.
Like that.
You got to be able to. I always say about that, man, like, even though RDJ had those problems, man, drug problems, even if he didn't, Tom Cruise couldn't pull off the part. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Tom Cruise is not a tortured soul like RDJ is.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Tom Cruise got the acting chops, but he too 100%. Big of a star. It would have been a Tom Cruise movie. You can't do that.
He don't got those, like, you go see Tom Cruise, you're going to see Tom Cruise.
It's a Tom Cruise movie, bro.
Robert Downey Jr.
Tom Cruise, he gonna be doing that running.
Yeah.
Like running.
He got to get the running scene in this movie.
He gonna be running. He doing his own stunts. You would have been too much Tom Cruise without Tony Stark's without his helmet on.
When they asked that question, is it true that you went 12 out of 12 with the maximum model list or the calendar or whatever? It was like, Man June had a schedule conflict. Luckily, in November with twins. Only RDJ can hit that line,
bro. Billionaire Playboy.
Welcome to philanthropist. So when he said that line,
that move he do when he don't look at you, but he like when he look away and then he look at you like, because he do that in like 3 different movies. He do it on that line and he do it again in Civil War. He did a bunch of movies, but I know 2 that stick out is that one and then the one in Civil War where he be like, only RDJ can pull it off, bro. Cruise would have did it, but it would have been like billionaire. Like it would have been Tom Cruise, bro. It would have been
billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, and all Widow could do is go.
And he would have sunned the rest of the cast too much.
Oh man, Whedon, because like I think they like Whedon on that. I think it's Feige, you don't hear about the cast.
Yeah,
but like him, they might have been like in cahoots and the cohorts, like they might have been like-minded and sunning people. They might have fucked everybody else over. Like,
bro, Jamie Foxx got a story about Tom Cruise, man, where he was
cab driver movie.
Where he was like, "Hey, it's your." Where they reading the lines, and then he tell Tom, "Hey, this your part." Yeah, I fucking know. Yeah, and he don't realize that he taking time. Like, man, that would have ruined the MCU, bro. Like, Now, here's where Tom. Now, if they would have gave Tom Cruise that Iron Man, what is it called? The one with the don't wear the helmet.
No, Iron Man. Something before Iron Man. I know what you're talking about.
Superior Iron Man or something.
Yeah, because we totally thought that was.
He would have bodied that shit.
Perfect.
If you give him a guest spot. Or if you just let him be the villain, a la like you did with Mysterio. If you give him, imagine
Christian Bale.
Yeah, he would have.
I mean his character.
No,
like you're right. Do that.
Tom Cruise can do that. Embody it. If you let him be a variant, if you imagine him coming in, imagine him being in the next Spider-Man. Where he like Tony Stark and something like that. Like, he'll body that
100%.
He could have Iron Man.
So when they say that, I'm like, man, it could have been like that was lucky that he didn't cost too much at that time because RDJ set that off, and they're just going down the line. Like you say, you see those examples.
Going to add an MCU,
different choices. They got the right. I think when they said there was another actress that was supposed to that they really wanted it to be Black Widow. Like, no, Scarlett she set that off for the group. She fit the group so well and who she was, right, and how she did it. They blended that so perfectly with all those different characters.
Oh man, that's a good point, man. Think about it though, because you got a lot of stuff going on, right? Maybe they recast Brie Larson because there's rumors out there saying that she out after this.
Yeah.
Like just interviews where she seemed like she don't want to play the part. Maybe recast her, man, with somebody else. You know what I mean? It was a bunch of people fighting for that part.
Yeah.
Maybe recast her, you know what I mean, and get somebody else in there that got a little bit more, got a different personality that can just switch up the character,
Yep. Like, what's her name is Cole? Like,
what's that?
We liked her a lot. Yelena.
Yeah.
Like she naturally has that though. Right? She naturally has that where
she
brings that thing. So
that's what I'm saying. But she brought that to the character, though. She could have came in there and been super serious. I want to kill Natasha. I hate Natasha. I want revenge. You messed up my fake family. She made that shit a joke. Even though, but then still showed the emotional side of it too. That's Now hold on. You want to talk about one of the dopest lines from Phase 4 or dopest scenes from Phase 4? That scene in there when they in the kitchen and she was like, she serious about that fake family and they all laughing.
Yeah.
She like, like, nah, that shit was real to me. You know.
Yeah.
That's one of the best scenes in Phase 4.
Yeah.
And it's definitely the best scene in that movie.
Absolutely.
When they sitting down and they realized she was like, she cared about that shit. Or she actually cared and she that was like the best time of her life. That's one of the best scenes.
Yeah.
But she pulled that off. Despite the rest of the movie being mostly her, cracking jokes and yelling at her fake dad and all that stuff. Like that's what I mean. She made that part work. Because that could have just been a regular part. Like, think about it. If she had came in there and just been serious, typical sidekick, I want revenge on you because, you my sister, but I hate you and all this stuff. And no comedy really. We probably ain't looking at Thunderbolts the same way. She probably ain't she was cold in Hawkeye. And she came in Hawkeye and embodied that.
She was cold when she was making that macaroni and stuff.
Well, she poured the hot sauce in the macaroni.
Yeah, and she kept calling her name like Kate Bishop. Was her name Kate Bishop?
Man.
Yeah, she kept saying that shit.
Damn.
And she was cold.
She was cold, bro. Yeah,
she was cold.
That was a great scene,
outside of the other one, rest of the show, but she was cold. I didn't need to hate like that. That was a necessary jab.
Hey man, we know. Listen,
I didn't need to be saying this shit.